Hello and welcome back. We have finally got together. We've got our diaries together and we are here with our second part of essential oils and doTERRA. What an amazing few weeks I've had. What sort of time have you had, Alison?
Oh, well, it's been full on, but always good with oils in my life. I managed to keep grounded and somehow amongst the chaos, so that's good.
Well, we'll leap straight into it because we've already had a little bit of what's been going on. And I just wanted to share with everybody just what this next section of my essential oil journeys has been about. And hopefully, I'm sure Alison's going to fill in lots of extra details. So I use the frankincense with coconut oil on my face. Definitely improvement because I get a lot of bacteria here and here. It's calmed down, so super pleased with that. Still a way to go, but this is like a long-term problem. So, but very, very pleased with that. So that's a big tick off my list. I fired up my diffuser and I had in it yesterday air and lavender.
Gorgeous.
And these, just one drop of each, that's all I needed. And I let it go. Now I have the lovely Rosie puppy. So in terms of diffusing oils with pets and dogs, what would your advice be? What would you say about that?
Yeah, so dogs respond really well to the oils. They, just like us humans, they respond really, really well. They're not dangerous to them at all. So the only caution is with cats. Some cats can process the oils a little bit differently. And it's fine. I mean, my cat used to wake me up licking my oil bracelet, like that was his favorite thing to do. So we find that doTERRA cats are very happy. In fact, pictures of doTERRA cats wrapping themselves around diffusers and that sort of thing. So but the rule really is to just make sure there's a way for them to leave if they want to. They know, their bodies will know, and they will exit the space. So just like leave a door ajar or something like that. But no, they're very, very safe for dogs. I recommend following the essential oil vet on Facebook. She's called Janet. I just remember her name, Janet Roark, so Roark, but she's just the essential oil vet. And she has fantastic advice, and she uses doTERRA specifically. You will see lots of like crazy articles online of how dangerous they are on people's dogs that have been sick and all sorts, but they won't be doTERRA oils, and they won't actually be essential oils. They'll have been cut with synthetics and fillers and nasty stuff. And it's the nasty stuff that is causing damage, not when you're dealing with real essential oils like doTERRA. So very, very safe for dogs, and highly recommend using like the balance or the lavender. Lots of dogs who suffer with anxiety when there's thunderstorms or any of those sorts of things. And just my little dog is a perfect example, but he's nice and sleepy. Just a little bit on the ears can be really lovely. So just tips of the ears is a really gentle nice way to do it. Or some of them wear like little bandanas around their neck, and you can put a little bit of oil there. And I've used
Rosie is really, really bad with fireworks. She's here actually. I don't know if I can turn the camera around just to show everybody who Rosie is. That's Rosie.
Hello, Rosie. So gorgeous.
And she really, really responds badly to fireworks and always has done since she was a puppy. No particular reason. She shakes and loud noises, thunder and everything. So what would you recommend? Because I've tried things. What would you recommend?
So any of the calming oils. Someone on our team, really lovely dog obsessive lover, with a big lab that looked like a polar bear. And she would get very frightened by thunderstorms. So similar, idea of just those loud noises. And she'd rip up the shower curtain and just like be an absolute mess. And he just used a little bit of lavender on the ears. No other people that have used the balance, vetiver. So really just those calming oils. So the Serenity is a lovely blend that's got all of those oils in it. It's about the dog. You can actually offer the smells to your dog. So your dog will sort of tell you which ones they like. So you can but they'll be drawn to one or another. They'll tell you. So that's a really good way. Even on their paws is quite a good way. So definitely for calming. And you can use the rosemary, like I use the rosemary in my shampoo, but I know people that use it on their dog's coats and say it's just like super shiny and healthy. And they use the Zengest, the digestive blend. And I know somebody who had given their dog the worming tablets and they didn't work in full. And they gave them 1 drop they put a little bit of the Zengest on the paws and the dog licked it off. And then, you know, within about 30 seconds, she said it backed up. And then it just like decanted all this worm stuff, lovely conversation, sorry. And she said that just cleared it, you know, absolutely. She said, unlike any medication, obviously it's completely natural. So yeah, very much recommended for dogs. But I would recommend following the Essential Oil Vet, and there are books out there as well. The Essential Oils for Cats and Dogs, and you know, those are sort of books that are out there and give you good recommendations. But I do just think it's important to be looking at people who are dealing with doTERRA oils, because they're not like Amazon oils. Certainly wouldn't be using any Amazon oils or any other company, certainly not for internally or even using topically on an animal, really.
Well, I know Rosie literally just lay on the floor and went to sleep, and the door was open, so she was quite fine. But in the air one, what oils are actually in that mix? I haven't even looked.
Yeah, it's on the bottle. So I think it's like tea tree, cardamom, eucalyptus. Let me have a look. I haven't got my glasses on. Oh, it must be underneath. There we go. Yeah, so eucalyptus, peppermint, lemon, tea tree, camphor. It's got linalool, geraniol, eugenol, and linalool in there as well. And there, yeah, cardamom. So all those airway opening oils in a beautiful blend. I mean, to me, it smells like Vicks, but instead of being in a petroleum synthetic base that causes all sorts of hormonal disruption, we've just got the real, you know, just the oils, nothing else. And you can make it into a really lovely spray. You know, I use the fractionated coconut oil and put over my chest, or I just do a neat drop into my palm and breathe that in, and that's so opening to the airways. If I'm struggling, you know, through winter, I've got any of those remnants on the chest, that's a beautiful way of opening the airways. Also lovely to put on at night time if you have a noisy husband when he's sleeping.
Noisy dog that snores as well.
Well, yeah, noisy dog, yeah, or wife, you know.
Actually, that almost what you're saying there, because the other thing I did before we come on was I had 1 drop of peppermint in hot water. And I have to admit, I was very sluggish this morning. and it literally, I went.
It is a bit like a smack in the face, isn't it?
And do you know what? I could see myself doing that at least once a day. Do you know, it was a pleasant experience. In fact, I preferred it to the lemon. I've done lemon in cold water, and that was okay. Maybe it was the mood I was in, but the peppermint, it literally just was like this lovely, I don't know, this waft of something. First of all, it made me cough, to be honest.
Yeah,
you know, it was like, it literally did that. But then as I sort of settled in, and I think, again, smells and childhood memories, me and making peppermint cream, so it conjures up that nice warm feeling. But no, so that was really, I did enjoy that, and I could see myself becoming a bit of a peppermint water a bit addicted.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to show you one thing I do. I did it the other day. I was feeling really tired, and I do the Dew Bomb. I need a wild orange. I must have taken my wild orange somewhere. But I've got citrus bliss here, which is like a blend of all the citruses. But if you get the peppermint here, so sometimes I'll just do the peppermint lick, which is just literally drop down onto my hand and lick it off. And I definitely do that multiple times a day. Totally opening to the sinuses, wakes you up, it opens your airways, it's good for your digestion, like just it's brilliant. I mean, I make my own mouthwash. Sorry?
A healthy caffeine fix, isn't it?
Exactly, it's a way of waking you up. But this is, so you put a drop in your palm to do the Dew Bomb, or 2 drops, whoops, and a drop of the wild orange. I've got citrus bliss here. You rub that together. I just love the smell of it anyway. But then you do this, so you make like a straw here, and they call it the Dew Bomb or Dew Bong, either. And that wakes you up. It makes you do stuff, and then they just rub any remnants on. Yeah. Well, if you want to have it, yeah, if you want to replace your caffeine in the afternoon with a nice natural hit, that is a way to do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Right, so what else have I done? Anything else this week? No, I have done other things this week. I've been looking in. So I've looked at one of the videos that you have, and I saw that you could look up the batch number and see what the results were. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do that. So let me just put these oils out the way now. And I'm going to quickly screen share with everybody, because this was me just, I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to try and find it. Hold on a second. Here we go. I've got it here, look. So what I did, I went into this website called sourcetoyou.com. It's at the top there. And this was, I put in the doTERRA, I think this one was frankincense. So I put here the batch number that was on the bottom of the bottle. Straight away, it pinged up with the report. I thought that's impressive. I did it with the lemon as well. And here it says, the analysis of this frankincense lot revealed no contaminants or adulterations, blah, 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 blah. So I thought that's quite good. It's got lots and lots of graphs. So it shows you a graph, which means nothing really to me, to be fair. And then it gives you a whole report about it. Now, what I liked about this was the transparency of knowing that it had gone through a whole process, which is documented here as though it was, you know, well, it is a big lab report. And it must take a lot of resources to produce this for every single batch number, because it was different for the lemon. So I wanted to just share with people that when like anyone looking on and sort of going, yeah, probably heard it all before, and it's all, you know, it's super expensive, and it's probably not this, and people are very quick to down talk things, aren't they? And I think to myself, okay, let's check it out, let's have a look at it. And this was part of me looking into what doTERRA really stands for in terms of their purity, and what they say, and this gets a big tick from me, because it's transparent in terms of everything. So I was very impressed with this. I'll stop sharing.
No, that's great. And I think you know, so they are the only company in the world that is completely transparent and do batch test every single batch, and that's third-party independent testing that they pay for. So they obviously do all their own internal testing, over 50 different types of tests, and then they have it externally done as well. So that is an extra step, just to, you know, to make sure that they're keeping themselves accountable as well. But with that, yeah, it says there's no adulteration and there's nothing in it, which is fine. But what they're looking for, so when you look at that profiling, so for a frankincense, it should have at least this marker of this particular compound, at least this marker of this compound, at least, you know, so when you see all these things, they know what they're looking for. So even if it's 100% pure, if it's, you know, slightly lower here or slightly higher here, it's not going to give those same therapeutic results. So they have sort of a library of every single oil and where each of those markers, so each one of those individual compounds has to be at a certain place for it to meet their therapeutic standard, like their, you know, that's their, you know, what they call their CPTG, so certified pure tested grade. So it's meeting their standard. So there's really no other company like this that will not only want it to be pure, but they want it to be the most potent. So having that, you know, using it as medicine. And when Roseman University did their study and got their hands on all the essential oils they could around the world, they found that there were only 3 companies that actually had pure essential oils. But of those, it was only doTERRA that was actually meeting those therapeutic standards with every single oil that they're producing. So there really isn't any other company that comes anywhere close to it, especially when we're using it. You know, if you're using it internally and you're using it around your dogs, and you know, for us, if I'm using it on my kids and using it as medicine, like, it's certainly just, it's a completely different standard to anything else that you'd buy anywhere else.
And my next, within the next couple of weeks, I'm going to order some of the veggie caps, and this is where this does come into great significance for me in that I'm going to create some little caps of kind of a detoxy combination. I'm going to look up the oils and have a little offline chat to you, no doubt, and take some internally. And so when you start doing that, you've got to be 100% confident that what you're taking is completely safe. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so the veggie caps, did we show this last time? I can't remember.
I can't remember either.
Run so many different classes, I never remember what I've said. Just chat away, whoever will listen. And so these are the veggie caps. Oh, it's a bit blurry. Oh, there we go. It says veggie caps, believe me. And they're like this. They're little empty capsules made from vegetable cells. So you can put a couple of drops of oil in there and then top it up with an ingestible oil like olive oil or something, and then take those internally. So they're a really great way. You know, I think pretty sure we talked last time about the lemon, lavender, peppermint being really good for the hay fever season. So, you know, you can put a drop of each into there, or the Zengest, which is really good for tummy. You can do that, or the flu bomb, which is frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and tea tree. So either a drop of each in there, which is quite a lot of oil. They say not to take more than 20 drops of oil a day. So, you know, you're taking 5 then, so it's quite a chunk of that. But I make up a master blend of my flu bomb. So I just get an old empty bottle, like so. This one, just take the label off it and put, say, 20 or even 50 drops of each of those oils, and then I've got like a master blend of the flu bomb, and then I can just put 1 or 2 drops into the veggie cap. I do like my master blends of just some key ones, so they're brilliant for the veggie caps. Yeah.
Well, there's so much. I think that will probably be my next the next thing. And we also we spoke before, but you said it was quite a lot to be said about some of the blends like On Guard. So we're going to save that for the next video, because we don't want to overwhelm too much all in one go. That's not the idea. So we'll save that for the next treat when we get to
yeah, On Guard is definitely a big one to talk about. Can't wait to talk about that. We had some German doctor fly over and give a whole presentation on it recently, and it was just mind-blowing, and she spoke, I think, like an hour, so I won't bore you for that long, but there's lots to say and a lot of goodness about it.
Yeah. Well, I hope we've covered some interesting bits and pieces, and thanks to everybody for coming on this journey with us, you know, along the way, and hopefully we can share more and more bits and pieces, and you can see just how I'm getting on with everything. It's all small steps. It's not taking up big chunks of my time or anything. I'm just sort of dipping in and out, feeling my way, and gradually trying to, and the book, the Modern Essentials book, I'll try and put a link to that, like, because that comes from I think it was EO Supplies or something. There was a separate company. They've got all sorts of things on there. Amazing what they've got.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing I'm going to put in the link this time is I set up a Linktree. So I've tried to create some quick links to some of the kits, some of the things that just interest me in terms of oils, in terms of weight loss and hormones, sunscreen, because the sunscreens come out, and having a natural form of sunscreen, I think is important this time of year for holidays, etc. So I've created this Linktree, but what I just wanted to make sure everyone knows is that I've put these things into a basket. So when you click on it, it will lead you into a basket that sort of links you through me. But you can take things out of the basket and you can add them all in as well. So I had to ask Alison earlier, because I'm brand new to this whole Linktree thing. It's a technology and me don't really go together. But
you're doing brilliantly.
So yeah. I'm not doing too bad for an older.
Doing really well. Yeah.
So I'm trying to create things so that it's really easy and would take people through, so you don't have to overthink things, but then you can tailor anything that inspires you I have to say, whenever I look through the book now, I see 1,000,001 things, but you know, all in stages. And so I'm sort of, yeah, all little steps over the next few weeks, months, and see where it takes us. So yeah.
Absolutely. Slow and steady absolutely wins the race, and get to know the oils. And you know, there's so much you can do with one oil. Even that peppermint, you know, it's good for spiders and insects, and it's good for you know, for cleaning, it's good for the respiratory, it's good for your digestion. You know, just even just spending a few days getting to know all the different ways that can support you is such a more fulfilling way of doing it than just having everything and then not really knowing what to do with them all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Fantastically.
thank you so much, and thanks to everybody for tuning in. Hope you've all enjoyed it today and our chat, and we'll do another one 2 or 3 weeks time, hopefully. And should we do the On Guard on the next one? Should we do a little bit more of a deep dive into that?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do it.
So great. Okay, thank you, Alison, and thanks to everybody for watching, and see you very soon. Bye for now.
Bye.